Hey there, it's me Red Knight and welcome back to my Hay Day channel. Now for today's video I'm doing a back to basics with the focus on the neighborhood. I'm going to introduce it to you, talk about new teams setting up, cost, invites and some tips as well. So let's get on over to the game and start talking about the neighborhood. Right, this is my back to basics farm. It's brand new. It's my fourth farm that I've added, especially for this video range. And I'm going to be talking about the neighborhood today, as I said. Now, at the moment, this is my farmhouse. And I don't really have anybody to interact with except for the visitors that come to my door. But at the bottom of my road, there is a little area, which is your neighborhood area, that allows you to create your own little community or even join a community. Now, all you need to do is just to save up enough coinage as you play the game to pay to actually open it up. Once you've got that coinage saved, then you can actually build the building and start doing things with other people around the world. And that's very important. So let's slide on down and have a look. So from my house, I go down the road to this area here. Now, as you look at it, there's a box that is ready to be opened. I've paid the money, it's gone through its building cycle, and it's now ready to be unwrapped. There's also a little patio area there that needs to be repaired and upgraded as you play the game a little bit more. There's a box to be unpacked, which relates to your derby, and there's also a little building with a broken roof, which is your message house. Now, the derby I will cover later, as well I will cover the messages as well. The main focus is going to be the neighborhood. Now, within the game, you don't really have the ability to chat to anybody if you are by yourself. Now, by creating a community, you give yourself that chance to interact with other Hay Day players around the world. They could be from the same country as you, or they could be from another country. It's international. Now, you have some choices. You can request to join a neighborhood, you can be invited to a neighborhood, or you can create your own neighborhood. And I'm going to go through some of these now as I move through this video. Now, I've got a box here that needs to be unwrapped, so that's what we're going to do, and then we get to see what happens to the event area. So, we tap on the box, and once I've tapped on it, it opens, the house is then built, Mr. Wicker appears and says, congratulations, you have a brand new neighborhood, you can create your own new one or join an existing, as I mentioned. Now, we just send him out the way, and he will stay there until things are done and dusted. You'll see there's an arrow pointing to the house. There's a little icon now that's to the left hand side with the message number 1 against it. The actual derby I can't play till I get to level 18, so I don't need to worry about that at the moment. And until I join a neighborhood, I can't send any requests to get any help or support. So you really do need to open up this area because it does give you a lot more benefits that you can't get without joining a team or creating your own team. Now, sometimes joining a team I feel is much better, and if you're lucky, you have some friends out there in the world that may send you requests. And you'll see here in the middle icon, there are some requests. The other two icons as such are not going to be active at this moment in time because there's not much I can do until I actually join a team or create one. Now, these are the requests I've been sent. You've got accept, visit, and decline. Now, I will cover this a little bit later, but basically, these are my choices at the moment from friends that know me or would like me to come and be part of their team. Now, it could be, let's just say, the leader, or let's just say a elder, or maybe even the co-leader that's invited me. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be accepted by everybody. And before I do request to join, there are some key things you need to look at. But either way, everybody, thank you very much for your kind offer. I do appreciate that one. Right, let's go and have a look at the actual neighborhood house in more detail. Now, when you tap on the house as a brand new owner, it's going to come up with this menu, recommended, search and create. Now, recommended is your chance to see a list of people that you are friends with that have neighborhoods that you may want to go and join. Now, please do pay attention to the language because some of the languages down there are a little different than your own because you've not adjusted your settings yet. Now, I am from the UK and I do speak English. I do live in Japan, and my Japanese ability is not good enough, at least to be comfortable with written Japanese. Now, if I tried to join a neighborhood that is using Japanese as the main language, I would be out of my depth and it would be pointless. So my tip suggestion here is focus on those neighborhoods where you either have a language you want to learn or it's your native language. Now, you've got the recommended, but you've also got the search. And if you keep going backwards and forwards to the recommended, to the search, back to the recommended, it will give you a new sequence of recommended from either friends that you know or from some others that you can join as well. So there is that possibility just to keep changing the recommended list just to see some new options. Now with the search, okay, with the search option you get the chance to find teams that may be interesting for you. There's the advanced sections there, and there's also the search option as well. You'll notice that a lot of the actual names at the beginning there do have some icons against them. Now, when you go and have a look at those icons, you go and check out the teams, you can see if you know anybody else or not. Anybody with the little friend symbol there is somebody that knows you and maybe you can interact with them. Now, that's better. It's actually nice to actually have people that you know within the derby, but again, it doesn't matter. If you wanted to, you can just go and join another team, play with their neighborhood, chat with them, and make new friends, which I think is kind of cool as well. So it doesn't have to be anyone you know. As you slide on down, you'll see different icons. They could be the same XP, could be the same language. There are many, many icons that will appear that you can pick and choose from to make your preferences better. Now, the advanced settings is where you want to go when you are really searching. You've got neighborhood type, chat language, derby league, and tags. Now, as you can see from the language, you can pick and choose the language that relates to yourself. Then you can search on that language, and neighborhoods with that language will come up, and then you can request to join. So do choose your language. That's probably the most important button there. So let's say I've done German. As you can see, I'm going to choose Turkish now. Search on that one, comes up with Turkish teams as well. So brilliant. Now, these teams may not be based in that country. They may just be based in another country, like I'm in Japan, and I'm creating an English-speaking team. It's down to your language. Neighborhood type is any, as one of the options, or ones that you can join. Now, any is basically any of the neighborhoods out there on the market that are looking for people. Any I can join relates to ones that will allow you to join based on your level and specific information that you choose. Now, again, you can keep picking and selecting and searching and finding ones that you like. So there's a variety of different options you can go through for this. And okay, next one, Derby League. Now, with the Derby League as an example, it relates to the neighborhood derby. There are different levels. For me, as a level 12 player, I can't open the neighborhood derby until I get to level 18. So I'm not going to be choosing a Champions League. I'm going to be choosing a derby team that is of a lower level and then work with that team to progress through to the Champions League. Number one, it's easier for me because I don't have to worry about producing lots of goods. Number two, it makes it easier as well when it comes to supporting other players. So that's very critical as well. The last part down there is the tags. You can pick and choose your tags that you think are appropriate to your taste, whether you're derby focused or 320s only or casual, whether you are an active or casual player, quiet or chatty. Pick and select the 5 tags that relate to your wants, and then when you search, it will find those teams that connect with that. If you're just looking for someone who's competitive, then just search on competitive. For me, I'm looking for helpers, traders, and maybe casual players. That's my criteria. Okay, let's go and show you the next option you've got now, which is setting up. Now, the creating the one is something you might want to do as a player who wants to have more control. And maybe you don't want to join another team, so you create your own neighborhood. So as in this case, back to basics. I've chosen a name. Now the name is your choice, but please do choose names that are okay to be allowed in any software-based service that you've got around the world. You can choose the symbols, you can choose the patterns, you can choose the background for your team logo as well. Now slide through the symbols, see which ones you like versus don't like, change the pattern, keep it blank, go through the background, do the same kind of thing. This process will take a bit of time. Okay, with the colors you can see everything in one go, but with the symbols you've got to slide through each one. Now, my preference, I suppose, is using the red because my name is Red Knight in the game world. But I don't always go with that one. Sometimes I may change it as well. When you're looking at the size of the actual symbol versus the background, sometimes I feel that maybe the symbol needs to be a little bit smaller so it fits within the background a little bit more. Like there's that wonderful circle in the center with the blue around the outside like a frame. I'd love for my chicken to be actually in the circle, not so much out of the circle. When you're happy with what you want to do, you're going to keep mixing and matching and choosing and tweaking and adjusting. You can do many things at this stage. Now, once you've actually created, I'm afraid changing is not so easy. So do go through and spend a bit of time at this stage choosing a logo for your team that relates to your tastes and desires and playing style and character. Because I'm afraid once it's preset and you've paid the money, modifying is not a good idea. Uh, I wish we did have that option in more ways than one sometimes to be able to change a lot of things that we do set, but certain things are limited and some things do basically become fixed. Right, now I kind of like the background here with the chicken. I think that's kind of cool. The pattern itself I'm not so keen on, but I might go with the blank. Now, I'm still umming and ahhing, so I'm not really sure which one I want to choose the best, but I do like some of these shapes. But either way, as you see, as you scroll through, you'll see some patterns go very well together, other patterns, not so good. Shield is kind of cool, but finding something that fits on it is not so easy. The Greg's a nice one. I like that one. That's kind of cool. The lobster's good. The pig's nice. The shovels are good. Okay. Truck's a little bit too big. Mouse is nice. Yeah, mouse is a good one. I like the red effect through the ears and the eyes there. So the goat's a cool one. Bat I like. That one's nice as well. I kind of like that pattern. It blends in very well and it matches the centerpiece as well. So if I did go with the actual ship's wheel there and then choose a different pattern behind it, I could create a nice effect which I would enjoy as well. So as you can see, I'm spending a lot of time here picking and choosing and adjusting and tweaking and deciding what I want to do. Like I said, it's important. Now, once you've done that, you've got description options, and there's two kinds of descriptions there. The first one is basically what's seen when people come and look at the info page. So when they go into your actual neighborhood and they have a look, there's an info page that gives a bit of information about what your team is, the criteria that you want, some information you want to share with other people around the world. And this is a good place for you to actually post information. Now, in the case of this one, this is what goes in the recommendations. And you may want to put down here your criteria or key information that you want people to see when the recommendation comes up. If you're looking for new members, this is your chance to make it very attractive. The second one there is the extra information. So this extra information is only shown on the information page when we look at your neighborhood itself. So it's your chance again to add a little bit more detail to members who haven't yet joined your neighborhood, who are thinking about it, or people when they come past and they want some details. Like maybe you want to add down here your in-game friends codes. That could be a good choice. So if you've got more than one farm, why not add it down there? Then people can see those and they can add you as a friend that way without joining your neighborhood. Now that's useful if you are the leader creating this and you want to build up a community. Maybe you're live streaming or something, but if you're a team of people, not the best in the world. Right, now I've got my search options down here. Now, of course, I'm going to choose English because that's the language I want to choose. Neighborhood type, I've got three choices. So there's invite, there's anyone can join, or request to join. Anyone can join means it's basically people will see it, they will come and join. And I'm afraid that's not always the safest way. You really want people to come and request to join so you can have a look at them first, decide if you want them, reject or keep or add. If you allow anyone to join, then basically they can come, then they can leave, and they can affect your task activity sometimes. Invite only is great as well, especially if you only want to invite certain people to your team. And that's wonderful if you are doing, for example, a challenge where you want a certain group of people to join you for a boat task or a boat event or derby based activity, and you want to challenge the board. Now, minimum maximum level, this can be adjusted from the lowest level down, which is 10 there, up to your current level. As you can see, I'm 12 here. Now, I can't really request people to be higher than my level to join. It's just the minimum, but I can request it to be no lower than my level. So I match it up. Now, if you're someone who's much higher in your 50s or 60s, you may not want to invite people that are too low to join your team unless you're looking to build a brand new team. So very important to adjust the level based on your team's needs. Now, Derby task is shared. That allows people to see the scores or not see the scores. I think shared is not a problem. You can adjust it later if you're not happy about it. And that's in the third tab on the left-hand side there of the messages. The last part which you need to set up, because this allows people to search on your team for the actual tags, you can pick and choose the kind of neighborhood that you'd like to have, whether you are chatty or quiet, whether you're town players or helpers, whether you're active or not active, casual, whether you do the derby or not do the derby. You've got to pick and choose those settings that relate to your tastes, your requirements for your team. Now, you are going to be the leader if you are creating this. It's okay to create it, then hand it over to someone else, but then they become the controller. The leader has all of the power here to then add people, change their position and things like that. So you need to be making sure that your team is done the way that you would like it to be. Remember, you are the boss. If you're not the kind of person who doesn't talk, then don't make it a chatty team. However, other players may want to be there because of that. Right, now let's move on to the next section, which is not setting up, but actually joining. Now, you're going to get requests sometimes, and maybe this is before you've even created a team, or it could be after. This gives you the opportunity to go and have a look at other neighborhoods and other players and see if you want to work with them or not. Now, when I look at this one as an example, I can find some nice resources. As I look around, I think the design is very good indeed. They're a level 36 player. The level required is good. But if I look at the tags down there, active, okay, derby focus. Now, for me, that's not really ideal. Now, level-wise, they're not that far above my level. I could work up to these ones very easily as well. So this is a good potential, but the tags don't relate to what I want. So for me, I would decline this one because it's too active and I'm not going to be active. If I look at the next one, okay, I have a look around and I think, okay, they're a level 24 player. There's no machines working. There's no trees, no bushes. There's no crops. They've got a few items they're selling, but they're not really active at all. So they're not doing anything. Now, I'm not in the neighborhoods, as you can see, so I can't see anything neighborhood related, but I can see from looking at their scores, they've got 0 down there. Supposedly this is an active team, but 2 people are in the derby. They're all of a relatively similar level, but no one seems to be playing. So in that case, no, this is not what I want. I don't mind if people are not doing the derby because I'm very casual, but I want to see a farm doing things because I want team players that are actually going to be there and support me as well. Now, this next one I'm looking at here, okay, again, some of the animals are not being fed, machines are not being worked, there's crops growing, there's a bit of decoration as well, and if I look at the information, they've got 1 trophy, so they've done part of the derby, which is good. Now, only the leaders in this one, so the rest of them are not. So if I look at the active part down there and chatty, again, it doesn't have the tags I want, so again, I'm going to decline. Right, the final one down here, the best toilets. I like the sound of that name. Now, look at the best toilets. They are level 31. They're the player that's invited me. I can see their machines are working, the animals are fed, there's crops growing, there's a 2-year statue there. So 2 years in level 31. Okay, a little bit slow, but that doesn't matter. Some people take a bit of time, like myself. Like I said, I can't see the derby details or see if they're in a race at the moment because I'm not of that level, so I don't know how they're doing. They are selling items, which is good as well, and there are blue teams, so the next stage up, which is the Novice League. They've got one trophy already. It's casual derby. They're helpers, they're traders, fun and quiet. Okay, that matches my requirements. There's 5 people in the team already. I would be one of the lowest players there, but I could work my way up. There's 4 in the derby. There's 1 not in the derby. That would be quite beneficial. So I'm going to accept this one. Now, when I accept this one, something strange is going to happen. Now, if I go back to my farm and have a look, you'll see I've got the green banner there. Nothing is open. And what I'm going to do is basically go and join that team. Ooh, diamond offer. I can't wait till the one that's coming very soon. It's going to be fun. Right, I'm going to accept this one now, and then it will change completely. Because remember, they're actually in a different league than I'm in at the moment. Now, I've requested to join, and as you can see, my name's been added down there. I'm not in the derby. I'm still a member. And it says, congratulations, you have joined a neighborhood. Yeah. Now, I can start chatting and interacting and seeing how this community is. So what I want to do in a moment is go and introduce myself and basically get to know them a little bit better. My team is a blue team, which is good. The logo is based on the creators, but talking is the important part. So let's say a quick hello. Now, at the moment, I'm only one of 6 players that are actually there. You can see the information. Nobody's there at the moment, so I can't chat with anyone, which is okay. I will just have to wait until people reply. Now, I do live in Japan, as you know, so for me, like making this video at the moment, it's 1:53 in the afternoon. When I recorded, this was like 2 o'clock in the morning last night. So time-wise, maybe they're active now, maybe they're not active when I was. So I work, I can't always be there to chat, and maybe when I get online, the players that are there are not in my time zone. Now, this can be a big issue. So that's another factor to think about when you are joining a team. Looking at the information, checking out the players, seeing whether you like it or not. You've still got the opportunity at this stage, if you want to leave. There's nothing keeping you there. But you've joined, you're having a look around, you've said hello, you're waiting to see if people are responding, you're going to the other players, you're looking at their farms in the team, because you can now do that. You can help anybody out and see the kind of things they're requesting. If they're requesting things that you don't like, they're not so good. Now that I've got the request option, I can also request as well. For crops, I can request up to 12. For general products, 5. For expansion materials, 3. I would say if you're joining a brand new neighborhood, do not request straight away. It's very rude to actually join a team and say, hey, can I get these items, please? Get the items and then leave. We don't like it. So you'll probably find that most people won't help you out to start with. Get to know people first. This is your priority when you join a new neighborhood. Chat with the members. Establish your rapport. Introduce yourself. Ask them about who they are, where they are. Find out their countries. Find out their nationalities, what language they use generally. And then get to know them. Some neighborhoods can be very, very mixed indeed. You may find that you're in the same Facebook group, but you're just not friends. So again, it's the opportunity to exchange Facebook information and maybe become friends that way. If you're forum members, you can become friends on the forum as well. Okay, right, let's go and type in a few messages for the team here and introduce myself and say who I am. So, hello, my name is Ricky. I go by the name of Red Knight in game. Now, only one person in this team knows me because of the invite. The other players don't. So this is my chance to introduce myself. So my name is Red Knight on YouTube, and I make videos. Okay. Now I'm limited on the length of the message, so here we go. This hood invited me, and for my video, typo. Oh my goodness me, that's not good. Let's change that. And for my video, I will use this for the one I'm making at this moment. So I'm just letting them know that I'm going to be recording this. Please introduce yourself. Okay, very important. I want to know who I'm chatting with. So when you can, because they're obviously not on at the moment, and when you are free, of course. I like that one. Yes, I'm a nice person. Saying hello is very important. Right, my farm is a video only farm, so if the leader is not happy with this, please do remove me. So I'm letting them know that I'm not going to be there all of the time. I will literally only be playing this farm in a video. But it's common courtesy, I think, to let them know. Now, they may ask me, are you going to be in the derby? Maybe I will be in the derby for some videos when I do a back to basics, but for this farm, probably not. At the end of the day, I'm probably going to be removed from this team, or I will probably leave this team and then create my own neighborhood where I can then relax and just do specific tasks and actions as well. I probably won't open the neighborhood up to anybody. I'd like to use the neighborhood for events and special activities where I can chat with people and see how it goes on that side. It will be fun to do some special videos and live streams with just a small group of people supporting each other. My friend Gizmo, awesome YouTuber by the way, if you haven't checked out of her channel, she has a neighborhood that she's involved in with a few other people, and they do the global events together, like the boat ones as an example. So you may want to consider checking out her videos for some other ideas on global based help activities. They are a lot of fun. There's also my friend Phoebe. She does a lot of good tips and information, so make sure you check out her channel as well. If you're looking at other people, it depends on your language. For German YouTubers, there's Kamikaze Onte, there's Shroma B as an example. If you're thinking of, let's just say, if you're in the Netherlands, okay, my friend Rudes does a wonderful one there as well. There are quite a few other people that I subscribe to on my channel from different native backgrounds that do videos, whether it's in Spanish, Arabic, French, your choice. There are many languages, so go check out their channels as well. If you would like to, and you're at this stage in the video as you're watching as I'm looking at these farms, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you comment below this video. Okay, I'm in a brand new neighborhood. I've joined it. This is my back to basics video. I explained the neighborhood a bit today, talked about it, shown you the cost there, shown you the information, and left a message from my team. And I will get back to you in another video and let you know what has happened with this neighborhood and maybe talk about something different. Don't forget to like. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe. Bye now.